Hi, Sagittarius. Thanks for stopping by. This is for Sagittarius next 2 weeks. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Well, let's see what little tidbits we have before we pull cards here. The board's already been cleared for Sag. I'm going to knock the ashes off of that. So the thing I got was airplane mask metaphor. No such thing as altruism. Martyrdom is a cultural construct. And then there's like this arrow, and I don't know if anybody remembers, the whole Warner Brothers thing, the cartoons. I think it really started like in the 1930s. And the movies eventually got to television in the 50s and 60s and 70s. Was Porky Pig poking his head through the circles and saying, that's all, folks. Oddly enough, I got that. And I got concentric circles. And I didn't really see the words, which is unusual. Usually I see words and just write them out, or it's not like audible, but I hear the words. The words come directly into my head without any auditory things. But it's the concentric circles, and it says reality, self, systemic wholeness, nature, natural, universe. And I also this concentric circles, if you don't know what I mean, but and it's multi-dimensional. This is something that you guys, Sagittarius, we're going to have a multi-dimensional impact. So the concentric circles, one of the things that, of course, when I think about those and many other people, it's quite common if you have this beautiful glassy pond or body of water and you drop a pebble or anything into that still body of water, you have the waves of the concentric circles. But this is multidimensional if you think about it. Even if it's a drop of water, that drop of water, it takes a second to break that water tension. It goes below the surface. You don't even see that. You just see it pop back up and it separates itself. But again, if you have this concentric circle thing going on, told to hurry up. You have this concentric circle thing happening. This is about not just the visual, it's also the sonic side of it. Visual, sonic, energetic, on a molecular level. I like to denote that I just realized, I like to have my shirt by because it kind of keeps me aware of where I'm at. So I don't know. It's just kind of a weird thing. Anyway, I don't have that on because it's like crazy hot and alarms just went off. It's like everybody takes shelter. I mean, there's nothing going on out there. I even looked at the satellite. Anyway, so if you hear sirens going off, that's what it is. The dog is just kind of hanging out with me today too, but she does every day that I'm home. So anyway, I just kind of like really got intense for a hot second. Sag, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. It got really intense, like this whole multi-dimensional impact, and it has a lot to do with energetic beings that will be manifested, and it pops into my head of plasma. Not like you see people, it's not when you go to get blood, they take plasma. No, that's different. Although, I don't know, I'm going to have to really look into that. Why do they call it plasma? Put that in the comments if you know, because, that's kind of interesting. Because plasma, when you see those, the glass balls, and they have the Tesla thing, and the thing is doing all the sparks, and you can drag the sparks around. That, to me, is that representation of plasma, but this is different. Because they're now saying that the sun is a plasma ball. It's not hot. It's not fire. It's plasma. How else would it be? Because if you go up on a mountain and you're closer to the sun, why doesn't it get hotter? All right. I know there are different beliefs as to how far away it is and all that, so let's not go there. I'm just kind of throwing things out there that plasma, I don't think, is what people really realize what it is. And again, I think there's some people saying that there's plasma beings, which I totally 100% believe, because I've seen plasma, I guess you could call them beings, but it's some kind of energy. They look like giant glow sticks. That's all I can describe them as. But anyway, most people see orbs, but hey, I'm different, right? All right, so thanks for stopping by, Sag. I hope that was totally disjointed for you. No, Funsville. We all need a little bit of fun, right? Oh my gosh. So yeah, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for Sagittarius next 2 weeks. We'll do past, pull in that energy into the present, look at the present energy, integrate those two, and then look at the future energy that's going to be useful. That sounds good to me. I don't know about y'all, but that sounds good to me. And yeah. All right, so from the original word, the original source. The original, and you know, that sound. And the original thought, because the thought comes before the word and the sound, right? You have the thought. And when you speak it, you have those words now, and they come out in its sound. So this is about tapping into the very base energies, right? Many more. I just heard many more. There's going to be a lot more support, maybe. There's a very lusty energy that is turned up. That's the devil. And that's okay. The devil could also be kind of challenging our current paradigm. Again, I haven't said it in this reading, but oh, all right, I'll take that. I haven't said it in this reading, but I am not a traditional card reader. I'm like totally out there, right? Because if you're gonna do this, do it from the heart, do it from whatever you got coming in for you. I'm gonna take a wee sip of I got some orange juice on ice because it is kind of warm out today. So again, this is like really lusty, but something about past love or past life. This is very different. I don't know if you heard that little dingy bell, but that was a text coming through. You know, there's something kind of odd or something very different about this. This is something that's, you know, even though this is a very intense energy here, it's like being overcome with the peace. I know that it's the youth, but also with this, and this is something to do with Capricorn. There may have been something going on with a Capricorn in your life. Right? High Priestess. And again, you know, this is it's very interpretive. Sorry, I'm probably not, I'm definitely far, far and away from a traditional reader. So the High Priestess, to me, depending on what cards I'm being led to use, is going to denote the impact of the energy coming in or the intended energy. So this High Priestess, she has a lot of beauty. There's even, I noticed for some reason, this pink tulip. I have to kind of, right? So there's this pink tulip, right? And there's something about the cup, and she's not focused on the cup. She looks kind of mournful. Let's face that, right? She's very mournful. And there's no reason in a traditional card. She's happy. I even have a Celtic deck where she's pregnant and by a river, and there's all this bounty, and she's relaxed. She's like totally chill, and she's harvested. She's harvested And again, she is pregnant, ready to give birth. And I don't see any of that here. That's why I think it's very important. Let me see if I can find her. I don't usually use this. I use it only in the private readings. I mean, they're naked, even in the devil card. But she's very pregnant. Has all this beautiful golden things that could be harvested around her. She's very chill. It looks like she's harvested what she wanted, and there's still there's just so much around her. There's a lot of phallics. There she is. All right, and she's very in touch with her feelings. And even though she's harvested what she wants, look at all the stuff behind her. Look at all of that. She's seated. She's comfortable with every aspect of self, masculine and feminine. But this lady looks very mournful. This is what we need to be. I'm feeling, okay, I'm just kind of pulling that out. I have to be careful with this deck because there's some pretty racy, flat out, full frontal on that deck. Love that deck. You want a private reading and see what else is on there? Sorry, that's the only way you're going to see. Great deck. Celtic deck. You want to see the back of it. It's just pretty plain, but man, it's just a beautiful deck. Anyway, not selling anything. I don't get any of that kind of stuff. Anyway, so she is very mournful. She's standing. She's sitting. She doesn't look very pregnant. She just looks freaking overweight. She's pregnant. She has a very... It's not like she's joyful, but she's just like confident in herself. I'm getting a yes. So, who did I just read? I just did a recording for, I'm trying to do them in order. So for Scorpio, and they also got, on a different deck, though, it was the World. It was the World card. So for this World card, and in the traditional one, it's the lady with the banner, and she's stepping through the laurels, and it's symbolizing the transitioning to a new beginning, things coming to an end. Because, there's always that time that we know things are coming to an end when we just haven't quite we're in the process of wrapping things up. And she looks like she's making a final offering. So it's like we are wrapping things up. And it's wrapping things up with this control of the past. Because again, the devil too also is not just Capricorn is it can be, I'm not talking about Capricorns. I'm talking about the Capricorn energy can be very controlling if it's unhealed. It can be very supportive if it is. But for this, it feels uncomfortable. And we're coming to terms with it in the here and now. We can't turn a blind eye to this. We have to pay attention to what's going on. Being very grounded. We are there because this is the past, right? So this is the now. That was this pre-pregnancy. We may have been aware of this birthing process, and for most of us, that birthing process was not particularly comfortable. So she's very content. She does not look. So in the past, we may have been uncomfortable with who and what we are. We were youthful with some of this fiery energy, this fiery communication. We may have been immature passions, maybe some things. We took some action on things that we probably shouldn't have, Sag. Let's just put that out there, right? And then, so with the World, she's really the one who's saying, okay, I'm over it. I'm done, baby. We know what we want. We're grounded. We're ready to take this to the next step. Let's see what the next step is. So what this will do is prepare us for the future. What we know from the past, where we are now, making this an integrated process. The energies that are coming in now, what's going to be, oh my goodness, it's going to be make a positive change. And this is why I feel like that I was brought to this deck, because the Tower in the traditional card has those people falling out of the tower, and it's like, and fire, and things are breaking up, and blah. So this to me says, these are internal changes and energetic changes, and the outcome is dramatic and beautiful. It's dramatic and beautiful. That's the only way to look at it. I mean, I guess you could look at it some other ways, but that's what I'm getting, is that it's dramatic, but it's also quite beautiful. We got some extra clarifiers here. All right. This is not where we will be. It's something that we're being made aware of. This is what is going to be, because I feel like I want to lay it down like this. So this is the Nine of Swords. So self-worry, self-deprecation. We can get wound up over some of these changes, but it's not. Look at this. Look at how beautiful. All the colors. I don't know if that's even freaking coming through, right? I mean, there's some amazing colors on this. And we don't want to miss it. Because this is the worry. We're going to say we know what's coming. We know there's going to be some upset for some people, but we're so frickin' earthed. We're grounded. The King of Pentacles is so grounded. There's not going to be any room for the worry, the sleeping, and the nightmares, and the restlessness. No, that's not going to be us, because we're aware of it. We're aware of it. And you know what? Sometimes even when we're aware of something, we don't take advantage of that and don't remind ourselves. We need to remind ourselves of how important it is. This is who we are, right? We are the change. We are grounded, and we are pregnant, ready to give birth, to manifest this goodness, this greatness. How does this relate, please? We're not going to let go. We don't have to worry. We don't have to worry. We're solid. You know, some people say, "Oh, it's holding on too tightly." No. Does this dude look like he's holding on too tight? He's pretty chill. He's relaxed. His hands are just there. So let's keep that in mind too, that, you know, each one of us has a different situation in our life, but that doesn't mean that you don't have access to this. New beginning. And it's of our mind. It's a new beginning. It's a new beginning with our mind. With this, I'm going to try and move this over if I can, or up. My camera is in front of me, but the monitor is off to the side. So if the sound kind of gets a little jumbled around, that's why I got to get a different video set up. But I mean, I kind of feel like that's where that is. We have command over this, right? Can you still do it? Yeah, I can move this guy back. It's just one of my pyramids, y'all. So put that over there. All right, let's see. 10 of Wands. Yep, we're bringing this to a fruition. We're almost there. We're being encouraged not to give up. Dang, so this is like clarifying, because we can get ourselves a little too much in our head. Ooh, keep on keeping on. That's all I'm hearing right now. Keep on, because this has to do with these two. This is all 6 of these guys are going to feed into this, and these are going to feed into that. So if you want to take a snippy snap shot of that, that'd be great. Let's look at some of the, okay, yep. All right. They're pretty quick to correct me, I can tell you that. So let's see what else the universe has to say. Maybe we can get some clarity on what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm kind of pushed in close to the table. All right. So I hope this is, I'm sure there is no hope. Hope is a beggar, as I've once heard. Hope is a beggar, so let's not beg. We don't have to demand, we just state what is. We state with confidence of what is. And I think that what is with this confidence, I only intended on 2, but I guess they had 5. Wowzers. I'm going to scooch back a little bit because I'm moving the tablecloth, and we're going to be getting a lot more cards, I feel. Education. So one of the ways is we can avoid this is keeping ourselves educated and realizing that this tower, even though it's going to be a blessing, possibly a blessing in disguise for some, that we need to be able to tap into this whole grounding. He's very grounded. This grounding aspect of education. Education can be very grounding. Please be careful of your resources. Just going to throw that out there. I'm getting a little raspy sounding, so give me a second. Okay, so that was like 5 seconds. So, all right, so I kind of saw this card. I don't know what's coming next, but this feels to be very ominous. I got to try and find the center here. Oh, okay. So let me just pull out the book. So this is a mountain, and look at his gaping mouth. Right? And I'm going to put this down. You have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. This is the time to adapt. So again, how are we going to adapt? It's with education. How are we going to adapt to this tower movement? How are we going to adapt to the idea of not worrying, not having these, I keep hearing self-imposed restrictions, limiting beliefs. I think that's a big thing right now. Let's see. And yep, we're going to come to life. We are going to have this aspect when we're going through this. This is this. We're birthing new life. And it's, look at that. Oh my gosh. It's like she is giving the essence of life. So the biological aspects. So there might be different aspects of your life coming together that will make sense, because the life may be in the womb, but this is the light. And when this comes together, this will birth a new creation. Can be scary, no doubt. And it is going to be a balancing act. And my favorite card is 11. And this lady has hearts flowing. She's very relaxed. She's very confident. But she's always very attentive because she knows the risks. She knows the risks, but she also is confident in her skill. And that's us. We are confident in our skill. If you are not, this is where the education is going to come in. We are going to find encouragement. I don't know where that's going to be coming from. The encouragement will be coming from either a family member, someone who is very nurturing in your life. So it doesn't even have to be a blood relative, but it's someone that you'll know. It's someone that you'll know. Whatever person popped into your head first, whatever person popped into your head, so think back, no cheating, no cheating, all right? No cheating. So whatever person popped into your head first, who would provide you encouragement with your goals, with your aspirations, with your desires, with your dreams, that's who is going to come forward to you. You aren't going to seek them out. They're going to seek you out. Be patient with yourself, because this is a delicate balancing act. Wow. Believe it or not, we got 2 more decks to go, because this is here and this is here. So I'm supposed to... They said it doesn't matter, but I kind of feel like it would make more sense to go through here, because this is about manifesting success. This is about a little more grounded energy, if you will. It has some practical aspects that many would be able to relate to. Not sure. You know, y'all are the experts in your own life, right? So this typically is about money, but this could be about relationships. And we just were talking about relationships, right? And this is for Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius, please? And we've got this original word, the original source, the original thought. The original thought is really what started it all. And showing gratitude to what that is, and who and what that is, really. I kind of get the who part. Owl, wisdom, who, right? I have owls sometimes at night. All right, that's okay. I keep shuffling, and sometimes I just have to shuffle until, because sometimes this could be prepping for the next, right? For the next reading. So, exploration. And that's the balancing act. A curiosity kills boredom. So if you feel like you're in a stuck state with this whole encouragement, I do feel a little bit of stuck. I don't see evidence of it here, but I feel it now. Nothing can kill curiosity, but exploration, yep, unlocks your path. So take advantage of that, please. And take heart. A light heart carries you through all the hard times. Don't worry. This shall pass. And that kind of relates to this down here, right? This 9 of Swords. This mountain. Boom. Take heart. Take heart. She has a heart. There are hearts flowing. She's got flowing hearts. So be vigilant. Keep a new perspective. A new perspective excuse me. Let me start that over. So be vigilant. A new perspective is coming soon. Keep your eyes open and be ready to flow with the changes. So the thing that says to me is flow. She has this flowing river. She is tapping into that river. Her toe is right in the river. She is being fed by this coming life. And there is vigilance that is needed for this. So this says money strategy, but this is not about money. This is about being a leader, thinking things through, and wise management of your resources. This is a chess game for a lot of us. This is definitely a chess game. So the overall energy that we might be tapping into, it's all up. Ooh, that one's really cool. Transition. Okay. I'm told this is how I'm going to get the 3. I have to trust this. And you know, Spirit knows I don't like sameness. I mean, you should be able to figure that out by now. I don't typically do things the sameness type thing going on because it's just boring. I know there's a good thing. It's good to have routine. People like to know what's to expect, but it's also be good to have your energy in a preparatory state so you know that you're ready for anything, right? So this is a transition period. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives so that we can learn to let go. Surrender to the process and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. That is this, with being vigilant. Be vigilant. Emergence. There's something big. There's like something really big about to be birthed in the lives of Sagittarius. Let's face it, most of us have more than one life. Work life, home life, social life, whatever else life you can come up with. But this is emergence. And the reason I hold these, and you can scrub back if you want, I hold the cards up a lot of times so you can stop the image and absorb the energy. There is a frequency with each one of these images, whether it's the lady in the chair, the empress in the chair, or this beautiful image of emergence. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude. Here's the child about to be birthed. Childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. Wowzers, right? Boom-de-boom. You can't make it up. How many times have you heard that? I'm getting a little hoarse. I'm going to take another sip. So this is the divine feminine. The frequency of divine feminine supports our receptive, nurturing, soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic. That's within us. You're not even aware of things that are intrinsic. A lot of them. I think most of the intrinsic aspects of our character and quality is unrealized. We need to be a little more self-aware. So our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation, and most people will think of that as nature, and that's a very limiting belief. Okay, a very, very limiting belief, because this is so deep, so vast, so wide. I'm getting like some unusual words that I don't think would really be beneficial to say here, but really it's about appreciating the fact that we really don't know who and what we are, and being in wonderment of that. We need to be in wonderment, but not to the point of immobility. We need to be seeking this education so we can change our world, because this is the world card. Ooh, man, that was really freaking deep. Thank you, Sag. I have to tell you, thank you for this. This was amazing. So please do like, share, and subscribe. So here's the sales pitch, right? Like, share, subscribe. So the other thing, too, is remembering about the systemic wholeness. And I think that was kind of tying into it, and the multidimensionality of the reality and the concentric circles. I think this is all tying back into that. But this is for the next 2 weeks. It's before, though. You're looking at what happened before and what's coming up and integrating all of it. I hope this was extremely helpful. I know it was helpful to me. I don't even know if I have any Sag in my chart, but hey, it was helpful. So like, share, subscribe. So I have a lot of Cancer and Virgo in my chart, so maybe it'll benefit those guys. So reach out to them and say, hey, maybe this will help you out, and listen to it. But do hit the notifications button. I am going to be doing an interview shortly in a couple of weeks with Michael Kopp, and I just did a thing with Stone Hobbit. God, we're having so much freaking fun. We probably spend more time off camera than on. It's great. You all need to have somebody like that in your life. So do like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notifications button, because I don't know when I'm going to be posting these things, likely on Rumble, because I can say whatever I want, and I do like that, you know? So anyway, so everybody, Sag, please do have a great, great day, rest of your day, and guess we'll see you on the flip side. Bye.